Once again, they've come to South Florida. Powerful pairs. Flying school colors. Renewing major ties. And teaming with a legend of the ice.
The great one. He had records that will never, ever be broken. A supreme athlete. A great champion.
He's one of the greatest performers of all time.
But how will he perform out of his comfort zone alongside the guys who have been honing these skills their entire careers? NBC Sports is proud to present the ADT Golf Skills Challenge. Located on the spectacular Gold Coast of southeastern Florida in Palm Beach is the Breakers, one of this country's legendary resorts. There couldn't be a better place to ring in 2011. The hotel first opened up in 1896, right next to the ocean course, the oldest 18-hole course in Florida, part of a 140-acre layout that provides this beautiful setting for this event for the second straight year. It's 2 days of competition. First, the long drive, mid-iron, greenside bunker, and chip shot skills, which will set up tomorrow's two more skills, which will then determine the semifinals and finals of the reverse scramble. And Happy New Year, everybody. Dan Hicks back with Gary Koch for one of the long-standing traditions of the NBC golf season, the 19th ADT Golf Skills Challenge. And Gary, last year we introduced the new format, the reverse scramble, which ultimately will decide this skills challenge once again. We didn't really quite know what to expect, but in the end, it got to be a pretty pressurized situation for the groups.
Well, it certainly was interesting, Dan. Normally, when you think of a scramble, you think of playing from the best shot or the best position. But in this reverse scramble, it's the opposite. It's a worst ball. So when we get down to the match play portion, the opponent will determine where the team plays from. Now, where it got really interesting last year was on the greens, because both players have to hold the putt for the score to count. And we saw some guys who are very experienced with major championship pressure succumbing to a pressure I guess they've probably never felt before.
Well, four newcomers to the field this year: Ricky Barnes, Ricky Fowler, along with Dustin Johnson, three of the real rising stars on the PGA Tour, and then the lone celebrity. We know how great the great one, Wayne Gretzky, was on the ice, but how is he going to fare in this kind of atmosphere?
Should be very interesting. I guess you could say that Wayne is kind of on center ice all alone. Now, we've seen him play a number of times in our celebrity event in Lake Tahoe, so he has some tournament experience, but certainly not against guys who play golf for a living week in and week out. Tendency probably going to be for Wayne to try too hard, but he has to remember in the skills portion, all it takes is one good shot and you have a chance to win a skill.
And once again, we get things kicked off with the always entertaining ADT long drive.
Skills.
Each player getting 3 balls, and the ball has to finish inside the grid to be measured, Gary. Longest drive for the team counts as the distance for that team. And guess who comes out of the gate first? The great one.
Okay, right here? Oh, that's what I should be using, actually.
Well, pretty solid contact, and Wayne likes it. It's right down the center of the fairway.
Down the middle. That's my last shot. He's done. Beautiful.
Don't even on the clubhouse.
You got a couple tees?
You get 3.
I got to go again?
Yeah, you do.
It's not
Wayne.
over, Wayne.
Only get better.
Now that you got in play, just go ahead and unleash one.
Here's his friend and partner, Ricky Barnes.
I'll get it for you.
I'm nervous. I'm going to hit you guys. Move back.
You got it. You're in it.
Well, now that he's got one in play, I would think this should free him up a little bit more.
Has to be pretty nerve-wracking to take that first shot in front of these guys.
I'm so nervous I'm shaking here.
Pretty good one there for Wayne as well, but not quite as far. Wayne Gretzky, a true icon of the sport and admirer of this game as well.
I've watched the Skills Challenge quite a bit. I understand that I'm not as good as those guys are. I'm a fan, a golf fan like everyone else. I'm a little bit apprehensive about my skills and my ability to play as good as those guys are, but I'll give it my best and have a lot of fun. Lighting the torch at the Olympics was definitely more nerve-wracking than playing with these guys. When you're carrying the torch, the last thing you want to do is trip and fall, so that's all I kept thinking about, holding the torch. The whole country is watching. It's a great honor. You don't want to mess it up.
Team USA and Team Canada go for Olympic gold.
Canada winning gold medal. We live and die, winning gold medals in our country, and I think the country came to a standstill.
Crosby scores! It's over! The gold medal to Canada!
Everything I have in my life is because of hockey, and I worked hard at it. My golf game is more for enjoyment. I think you can be as competitive as you want to be and just enjoy the game. I truly have fun playing the game, and I've gotten to travel all around the world and participate in golf events, and I just think it's a wonderful sport.
And you may have noticed, although he was a left-hander on the ice, he is a right-hander here in golf.
I'm ready to go. I'm in the zone.
Timeout on the kicker.
He's icing him. This isn't fun.
That's what they're doing.
He's icing him.
Well, incredibly, Wayne really didn't have his first proper golf lesson until the age of 35, so really swings the club pretty nicely.
Might catch the bunker.
There's no roll here. That's pretty good there, partner. Not gonna lie.
Well, not a bad showing for Wayne, especially the first player to compete.
You can stand up and give me a support.
Okay. I just want to hopefully get sucked in by the power of the swing here.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'll take second place in this.
So nice to be young.
Well, he took second place in that U.S. Open, Gary, at Bethpage back in 2009, as you saw there. Just a couple of shots behind the eventual champion Lucas Glover.
All about the putting.
How powerful is Barnes' swing?
Well, it's interesting. He's a big man, almost built like a linebacker in football, but his driving distance average is only 285 yards, so a little surprising he doesn't hit the ball farther.
Yeah, you're still waiting until you got the flag. Right in the gut. Right in the gut.
That's out.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it'll rain here in a second. That's good for me.
It'll rain out.
Storm's gonna blow off the coast.
Chris, you got a storm coming in. I think you might win.
Yeah. The heavy stuff's not coming till later.
He actually ranks just 117th in driving distance on the PGA Tour stats.
Of course, the first one off the grid, so no score, but this one looks good.
You got all that for puppet.
That one will definitely count and will be well beyond the distance of his partner, Wayne Gretzky. So as Ricky gets ready for his third and final swing, let's take a look at his swing, Gary.
Well, a very athletic setup, as you might expect. Big, wide stance, and Ricky tends to move off the ball a little bit as he takes the club away, trying to get his weight back onto his right side. Not a lot of wrist break in the swing at this point. Now, as he moves forward, let's use our NBC technology and zoom in and watch his left knee. And you'll see at impact, there's still a lot of bend in it, a lot of bow in the knee. Most players would have a much straighter left knee at that point of the swing. Now, Ricky eventually does get to a point near the finish where the left knee and leg straighten up. But, Dan, I think he's failing to use the ground for leverage as he gets close to impact. And, consequently, maybe doesn't hit the ball quite as far as he could.
278 on the second attempt. It is a very athletic move, I'll say that. He comes from an athletic family. His dad was a punter for the Patriots in the early 70s. His older brother, Andy, who's caddied for him through the years, also tried to play professional golf.
Well, he's aiming way right here, trying to hit a big, high, hard hook.
And that just about even with his second attempt, so the best for Gretzky and Ricky, 278 yards.
We up?
The ADT Golf Skills Challenge is brought to you by ADT Security Services, always there. By Corbel California Champagne, celebrating golf for more than 129 years. By the Breakers Palm Beach, once you stay, you'll understand. And by American Century Investments, managing money for individuals and institutions for 50 years.
The Breakers Palm Beach, a warm ocean breeze, championship golf, world-class shopping, delectable dining, a soothing massage, unsurpassed personalized service. This is the essence of a legendary resort. This is the Breakers Palm Beach. To plan your romantic getaway, family escape, or special celebration, visit thebreakers.com Call 1-888-BREAKERS or consult your travel professional.
It's where Mark Sanchez, Deshaun Jackson, and Adrian Peterson began their path to stardom. Watch as the next generation of gridiron stars shine bright at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl next Saturday on NBC.
ADT Security Services welcomes you to the ADT Golf Skills Challenge. This year's event features some of the biggest names in golf, plus a very special guest, hockey legend and accomplished golfer Wayne Gretzky. We couldn't ask for a more beautiful backdrop for the ADT Skills Challenge than the Breakers Resort. Hosting this prestigious event here in Palm Beach County, the location of ADT's North America headquarters is a great way to involve the local community we call home. As the world's largest provider of electronic security services, ADT works hard to provide the highest quality service to our residential, small business, and commercial customers. We are constantly offering new and better ways to deliver peace of mind. On behalf of our parent company, Tyco International, and ADT's 50,000 employees worldwide, thank you for joining us for the 19th annual ADT Golf Skills Challenge. All of us at ADT wish you and your family a safe and happy new year.
We up?
And the Champions Tour pair of Nick Price and Mark O'Meara next to play in this ADT long drive skill. I think they're looking for some more distance.
What happens for most consistent?
Huh? That's how they shoot such good scores out there in the Champions Tour. Okay, Pardsy.
Well, Gary, I guess that's how a couple of 53-year-olds deal with trying to get it out there a little longer.
Well, these guys still hit it just fine. I mean, Mark O'Meara averaged over 277 yards on the Champions Tour this year. And
small.
His partner, Nick Price, about 284.
Ready? Yeah. All right, Pardsy. I know you'll put it in play.
I'm coming.
So 5 major championships between this duo who were born just 15 days apart back in 1957.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Marky. It's not far, but it's straight.
Straightest.
I don't know how you
O'Meara saying not far but straight, and it is straight.
Not bad for
not far enough.
a little crack.
loop for this guy.
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't easy teeing up that ball, is it, Wayne? Huh?
When you get to be 50, it's hard.
262.
Right, that's
Okay.
the only.
All right, so O'Meara trying to improve on
Try to hit a little
that
bit more of a
distance.
Sweeper.
He and Nick Price also, between the two of them, have 3 PGA Tour Player of the Year awards. So this is Hall of Fame credentials by this duo.
It certainly is. He tried to hit a little bigger draw there, asking for it to hit the cart path or the sprinkler head, anything.
Two in the fairway. All right, now we're going to have to go for the running start. See that?
Oh, there you go. Try. I would never, ever.
The running start as in
You better team mine up.
Happy Gilmore or something
yeah.
like that?
Hit it further.
I got to come up there. Take a little wider stance, a little wider backswing. Just think I was 30 years younger.
That way.
Way to go.
Could be the secret for a lot of players. A wider stance, wider backswing, and think younger.
Thank you. I was pleased with that, actually.
Yeah, the best attempt for O'Meara, who was the oldest player to claim 2 majors in the same season at the age of 41 when he broke through in '98. Will now give way to Nick Price.
20 to put 20 on there for me. Were they all in the fairway, though? That's the key. Come on, Podsy.
Well, this guy's been pretty accurate through the years, Gary.
Well, and led the Champions Tour in total driving again in 2010. So certainly accuracy and length, great combination for Nick Price.
9th in driving accuracy, 15th in distance, and that adds up to that
I'm here for you, partner.
impressive
I just want
stat.
you to know.
See the white line over there to the left?
So 273 for Nick's first attempt.
Get a little stinger out there.
3 wins in his first 4 seasons on the Champions Tour. You might expect Nick to have won more than that by
Well,
now.
the putting is still an issue, even though he's gone to the belly putter. And that one,
Take one off the scoreboard.
very uncharacteristic drive by Price there, missing the grid to the right.
Right at that white fence and just sweep it, Barzy.
Getting some good coaching from his partner.
Okay, take a seat.
Oh, that's a hard hook. So there's a good example for the folks at home.
Okay.
Even the best, when you swing too hard and out of your natural rhythm, you're not going to hit very good shots.
Finish is fourth.
So there's the best attempt for O'Meara and Price, 273. Whoa, O'Meara nearly falling out of his chair. Coming up next, the youngest participant here, teaming up with Scott Verplank, Ricky Fowler, who just turned 22 years old, coming off an impressive rookie season highlighted by his clutch performance in the Ryder Cup.
To be chosen for the 2010 Ryder Cup team was pretty cool, especially coming right out of college, rookie year on tour. Not an experience that most players get to deal with. Going into the last match on Monday, being in between Tiger and Phil was pretty special. I was down early in the match, got to where I was 4 down. Phil was trying to pump me up from 11 fairway over to 12, and then I see Tiger make a 60-footer on 13.
Oh, what a display by Tiger!
From there, I kind of just had to bear down, and a lot of people have asked me how nervous I was or what I was feeling, but I was too focused on what I was trying to do. I didn't really have time to be nervous, and when the putt finally went in on 18, it was a pretty special moment.
What a finish for Fowler! Oh, man!
With my family around the green, Corey comes running out on the green. Phil's running with his arms in the air like a little kid. So definitely, you know, a memory that I'll have forever.
Pretty incredible stuff by Ricky Fowler. Those 4 consecutive birdies to pull out a half against Eduardo Molinari after being 3 down with 3 to play. And here he is in his Oklahoma State orange, crushing this one.
This is a beauty. It's up the left side.
Hang time.
There you go, leader.
That very well could be a new leader.
Leader. What were you?
See that? If you guys would have.
Wait till Dustin tees it up.
What's the one?
All right, that's only 10 yards past mine, huh?
I got a target.
I think you got it covered.
I don't know.
It is a drive of 283 for Fowler, so he and Verplank take over the lead for now.
Hang on.
I'm going to try and get it in the backdraft of the helicopter there.
Actually, a pretty long hitter for his size, definitely.
Well, creates a lot of club head speed. Averaged just over 292 yards per drive on the PGA Tour in 2010.
And that was good for tie for 47th in that category. Let's take a look at how Ricky generates his power.
Well, first of all, very athletic setup, but we'll use our NBC at technology here. We'll zoom in, and it starts right here. Notice how he hovers the club off the ground. Now, that's going to ensure that Ricky has a nice, smooth takeaway away from the ball. Now, look how wide his arms are getting, how much extension there is going back, and then as he reaches the top, look at the torque in his upper body. You can see the wrinkles in his shirt, so a huge shoulder turn against not much of a hip turn going back. And then as he comes through, he just unwinds the lower body. The head stays back. The club head just whipped through the ball and all the way through to a very balanced position. So easy to see, Dan, how a guy that weighs about 150 pounds is getting the ball out there as far as he does.
And Fowler right on his average driving distance for the year.
Fall down on this one, all right?
Like Mark was
I think
saying.
if you turn the hat around the other way, there we go. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that, I was going to say,
That's what I'm.
a little wider stance.
Yes, wider. That's right. The hat backwards.
Maybe a little stronger grip.
Aerodynamics going here.
There's a look that Fowler's comfortable with.
Oh, yeah.
And he took a mighty rip at that thing.
Good. Yeah, a little pull.
Trying to get past 292.
Pull 14 yards by me.
Hey, got away.
Yeah,
Oh, that's deep. We're leading. So far.
So that was the best attempt, that second swing at 292.
I think so.
If
I'll
I
just
turn-
take it off.
If I turn my hat around,
Now,
7, 8,
290.
I'm not sure if it works for 46-year-old Scott Verplank, but
Probably not.
Straight is good.
Straight.
Verplank averaging just about 278 yards per drive on the PGA Tour in 2010.
and of course, hailing from Oklahoma State, pair of Cowboys here from
No, I know.
different generations.
Well, if we play up there.
Yeah, well, it does a little bit, but still, you got to shoot
got a
about
few
20
years.
under.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And while Ricky looks for his first PGA Tour win, Verplank's last of 5 came in that 2007 Byron Nelson event.
That
This
wasn't
is
good.
a rare shot from Scott Verplank. That's a toe hook that is not going to go very far. Normally, he plays a little left to right shot.
Oh, did I beat you?
Oh, yeah. I got 244.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I can get past that. I think I can get past that.
Gretzky giving Verplank a little grief that he hit it 5 yards farther than Verplank.
Well, Verplank may score a few against Gretzky as they whittled the distance down to the shorter skills,
There you go.
where he really excels.
Let's come back. Really good.
All right, and even though the ball is in the bunker, that's on the grid, so that measurement will count.
You don't have to hit if you don't want to.
I guess I got to hit it on in the fairway.
Can you take a pass?
No, I
Gotta get that wider stance.
Come on, wider stance.
Take it back a little wider.
Here we go.
Now turn around.
Glasses on.
Big grip.
Get a little grip. Aim a little right. Move back on the right a little bit
Take
there.
it to the right.
Sit
Little
back and
sweep
let it
four
go.
over here.
There you go. Now that's it.
Okay.
Wider stance.
Wider stance. Big hook. I may not be able to hit it.
You got it. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Hello. Are you up there?
Team Cowboys.
Well, that's clearly the best for Scott Verplank.
I got that one over. I haven't made it 251.
But still well behind the distance of his partner Fowler. 292 leads the ADT long drive. Coming up, the big boomers of the field, Dustin Johnson and Fred Couples. It is one of America's iconic oceanfront resorts, the Breakers in Palm Beach County, situated on 140 acres of gorgeous oceanfront property, plenty of pools to relax by, and of course, plenty of golf to enjoy. In fact, there are 36 holes here as a part of the Breakers, not only the ocean course, but the Reese Jones Breakers West course, which is located just a short distance away. Also plenty of tennis, a renowned spa, and if you love to shop, 11 on-site shopping boutiques available, and some of the best restaurants in Palm Beach County as well. All a part of the Breakers experience right by the ocean, with all that trademark impeccable service that the Breakers has always been known for. And a beautiful look above the Breakers, aerial coverage of the ADT Golf Skills Challenge provided by Goodyear. Fuel Max tires help you get there on less gas. As we send you down to the third member of our broadcast team, Dottie Pepper, with the current leader of this long drive, Ricky Fowler.
All right, you're leading, but the guy on the tee with a really bad back, although he led the Champions Tour in driving distance this year, Dustin behind him. Did you not get by Dustin playing with him at any point this year?
Maybe if he hit like a 3-iron or a hybrid off the tee, but most of the time he can sneak through and pass my driver, so I may have a chance of hanging with Freddie. But Dustin, if he gets one in the grid, he'll definitely be past me by at least 10.
All right, thanks. We're going to find out.
What's that?
And here is Fred Couples, who averages just about exactly what Ricky Fowler did.
Which is pretty amazing for a guy 51 years of age, but Fred still with that long, languid, fluid swing.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
He's not off to a good start in his opinion.
Well, I'm assuming that's off the grid, and is.
No.
Third skills challenge for Fred. He finished tied for third when they had the caddies competing back in 2008, and he finished fourth with Hunter Mahan last year in the team play.
That looked like a much better swing.
I'm going to say 275.
Oh, it's more than that.
Doesn't get a lot of roll.
Oh, this one's going to be the bomb right here, though. I'm fairways and putting now. That's all I am.
What happened?
281.
Where's that put me?
All right, so still 292, the distance to beat. Again, he's got Dustin Johnson backing him up coming up
That's
next.
a pretty good backup.
Oh, yeah. There you go. That's the one. The sweeper. You got that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I can't hit it a foot further.
It's all about the roll. Don't worry, you've got a guy that.
Oh, I'm
hits it.
worried.
You want to hit 3-wood, DJ?
Worried. This guy right
you
here.
You should be able to get 3 with 295.
5 iron.
No.
3 iron.
3 iron.
3 iron.
I need to go to Colorado.
So it will indeed be up to Dustin Johnson, as Fowler and Verplank still in first. But this guy can move it, Gary, third in driving distance. Dustin Johnson at better than 308 yards.
Well, it is a matter, though, of, as Ricky Fowler said, he has to hit the grid. Accuracy not his strength.
Okay.
It's a little left. Or left. That's okay.
And that one is well left.
Oh my, it's out of play, but that's 400.
Not quite, Fred.
We gotta get one in play.
You will. He has hit it 400 before, though. And he only hits the fairway just over 56% of the time, so.
Oh,
That looks like a good one.
It could be game over here. Yep, and that will count in the bunker inside the grid, and that is your winner right there, I'll tell you right now. Before we get the official distance, let's get the Golf Digest swing analysis, Gary.
Well, it starts for Dustin Johnson with a very wide stance, trying to create a very solid base. From there, Dustin makes a huge turn going back. It's the club well past parallel. I mean, that backswing right there, the length, that's a little reminiscent of John Daly. But here's where the speed comes from in my mind, Dan. Watch the hips and how quickly they clear, the left hip especially, moving around to the left. And we'll use our NBC technology and zoom in on his left foot, and look at this. It has spun completely around to the left with all that speed. So no doubt that Dustin Johnson, with a very athletic motion, one that creates a lot of distance.
And a lot of club head speed, better than 120 miles an hour. And there you have it, 312 takes the first skill. He's got one left, so we might as well put it on display again, right?
Why not?
A little wider stance.
A little wider.
Are we going to see the rally cap?
I don't know. It'd be hard to get the stance a lot wider than he already takes it.
Let's have some speed in there this one.
I'd imagine Nick Price and Mark O'Meara look at this swing, the athletic ability of this guy, and say, maybe it's good that we've moved on to the Champions Tour. That's a little right, but Dustin Johnson has already done what he's needed to do. As expected, the big favorites, Fred Couples and Dustin Johnson, take the opening skill, the long drive. So the final results, paced by Dustin Johnson's 312-yard drive. Couples and Johnson take the opener. Fowler and Verplank an impressive second at 292. Dottie's with a winning pair.
Well, Fred, you put a little padding out there for your partner, but any trepidation when the first one's out of play?
No, this guy drives it long and straight. You know, when you're trying to hit it that hard, it's not the easiest thing, but the second one was a bomb, and he's a great player, fun to be around. I enjoyed when they gave us the pairing.
Well, that second one was a bomb. It was 20 yards longer than the second place finisher, but pretty average for you, actually.
Well, it's a little into the breeze.
Oh, okay.
You know, I didn't quite catch any of them, so, but don't say that on air.
Right.
Too late. No. Thanks, you guys. Good going.
So with the win, Couples and Johnson collect $25,000 and on down the list. And again, the money totals will create the seedings, which will eventually make up the semis and finals of the reverse scramble. Beautiful day here in Palm Beach County as we continue with the second skill of the day, the Corbell Mid-Iron.
Skills.
Well, it's a shot of 161 yards. It is slightly uphill and slightly into the breeze. Hole location over on the front right, just 5 paces from the right, and just 6 yards left of the hole is a little swale that will move the ball away from the target.
And Nick Price, the first with his 3 attempts. He and Mark O'Meara. Nick winning as an individual in this event back in 1998. And always very accurate with an iron in his hands.
Well, that one he did not like. That was hit a little heavy. Comes up short and right.
What was that?
Yeah, definitely out of character for Nick.
There's an awfully big divot. Now, you know, it's a little bit on the upslope. And as we zoom in and take a good look at the contact, we're going to see that he catches the ball a little heavy. And again, when the ball's a little bit on the upslope, you have to really make sure you drive your weight over onto the left side to assure clean contact.
A bit unusual there when you consider that Nick has been so consistent with the irons through the years, in fact ranking second in greens in regulation on the Champions Tour in 2010.
He carries me.
That signature back and through quick rhythm.
Oh, Lord.
Come on, we have a little talk.
Not
Oh,
good.
my goodness.
Come on.
No, that was the right
well
distance.
left.
That was
we
good.
got to have a little talk.
That was
Take
good.
your time, Bob. Take your time. Take your time. Just want you to step back.
Now listen, no
Realize-
cussing at me.
I haven't said a
Remember,
word.
we're mic'd, huh?
You're a great iron player. One of the greatest of all time. Of course. You won multiple major championships, 3 of them. You're a Hall of Famer. Believe. Believe.
You think that's going to help?
Yes, believe now. Okay, just relax. Just relax.
I am
just
relaxed.
pretend where you and I are playing on our team event. You know, we had a victory already. We can do this again, right?
If that was pin high, this will be good.
So in reference to their victory in the Legends of Golf event on the Champions Tour.
They've also teamed together as partners in the Shark Shootout.
Lord have mercy.
I think it's this lie. It must be a little uphill. You were robbed.
Well,
It's
Nick
okay,
Price.
partner. It's not your fault.
All right.
Remember, it's the caddy's fault. It's always the caddy's fault.
Not able to get it going on the short iron at all.
Very surprising.
Partner, I got to be honest with you. You looked a little like me there.
You know, the problem is the longer you sit, the harder it is to get going.
I know. Is this enough? Shane, is this enough club? Yeah. It's a little into the wind, though.
There's that win in the Legends of Golf you referred to.
Partner, you got me all nervous now. It's a good thing, though.
Going with a 7-iron.
See that?
Beauty.
Give me another ball. That's so
Really
bad.
nice.
See?
Really
This goes
nice.
to show you. I mean, how can you not hit the green with a 7-iron?
Partner.
Yeah, you've been struggling with these guys, right? You've been out there for so long.
That's terrible. Promise I'll do better. We're not giving you much competition yet, boys.
Share that he led the PGA Tour in greens hit regulation back in 1996, and that over 70% of the greens on the Champions Tour in 2010.
Is he?
Pull a
Oh,
hook
no,
to
I'm
the left.
more than that. Anyway.
If I don't hit the green on this one, I'm quitting golf.
What is going on here with Price and O'Meara?
Partner, this is supposed to be our
I'm
stream.
gonna become a fly fisherman. You didn't. I'm gonna become a fly fisherman. No, you don't need to measure that.
Started for
You don't need to measure that. It's
skills.
okay.
But it would be nice to hit the green.
I know. I'm trying. Atta baby.
Gotta be one good one in here in 6 swings.
I would
Get inside
certainly
my 40 feet.
hope so.
Oh, dear,
That's
oh dear.
embarrassing. That's so embarrassing.
Oh, dear.
Wayne and I
Pardon?
thank you.
Thank you
Well,
very
not a
much.
good showing here by Price
I
or
said-
O'Meara,
I'm sorry. Don't worry.
I think we used up all our good golf in April.
but nonetheless, they've been good friends for a long, long time.
Nick is a wonderful friend of mine. Earlier in the year, we were fortunate to win the Liberty Mutual team event together. We've played in that 3 years in a row, and we've come close. Then this year, winning the playoff. That was my first victory out there on the Champions Tour.
When you haven't won for a while, that confidence, you lack a little bit of confidence. And I'm seeing a more confident Mark O'Meara now.
I can usually count on him kind of keeping the ball in play and being the stabilizing force. The guys play well out there. Even though it was a team event, it was kind of got me over the hurdle, and it was nice to share that with Nick.
To sum up the Champions Tour, it's fun for all of us. We're out there, we all got our best golf behind us. We can still play pretty well on certain golf courses if they're not too long. And we're competitive. And you know, you'll see us out there. I mean, we're trying to beat each other's brains out, but we're having fun doing it.
Two mainstays in the world of golf for a long, long time, Mark O'Meara and Nick Price. Now we have Fred Couples and Dustin Johnson, obviously the winners of the opening skill Fred taking aim from 161.
Going to the left-hand side of the tee to try to give himself an angle to the right hole location.
Now that's a golf pro.
And obviously Couples like that one from the get-go.
How about this motion, huh?
Well, it really hasn't changed much through the years, has it, Dan? Takes the club outside as he takes it away from the ball, and then has what I call a really late turn of his shoulders, very hard turn, and because of that, it really gets the club moving across the line at the top, pointing to the right of the target. And from there, Fred will drop his right elbow down against his side and just rotate through, hold the club face slightly open, and that's what produces that little left to right shot that he loves to play.
Took the Champions Tour by storm in 2010. Finished second on the money list, won 4 times, a 4-time runner-up as well. And his first attempt just outside 8 feet.
Freddie, you can make that. That's the best shot I've hit all year.
I don't
wouldn't
believe
say that. And always self-deprecating. And look at those shoes. They just fit Fred's personality so well. Those shoes were on back order. You couldn't get those, especially
my God, this is easy.
in the middle of the summer.
He likes this one too.
What's a dunk?
Because everybody wants to be like Fred, right? They want his swing, they want his style, they want his charisma.
We're just outside that. By about 40 yards.
The wind got it.
And of course, no socks, kind of complete the shoe
Why would you?
ensemble.
No.
Take that in.
You know, it's a golf swing to me that has changed so little through the years, Dan. Just wonderful rhythm, and to me, that's something you really can't teach. You know, you're just blessed with it. Never rushes the club from the top.
I think you could add all 3 of those together and beat Mark.
How about these 3?
Great combination for Fred.
Woo, yeah, those were. I'm dead serious. Oh, it's trickling. Come on, baby. Let me win something.
10 feet, 6 inches.
Like Fred hasn't won anything in late golf seasons, right?
Delay. There's an 8-second delay.
So 8 feet 1, the distance for Couples and Johnson so far.
No, he's at 9.
Three-fingered 8.
And we know Dustin's got the length. We'll see what he's got here from the mid-iron distance.
I'm a little surprised at this with a 7-iron. He's going to have to really take something off this.
No, it's not an easy shot.
That easy. Let that uphill lie.
And he took a little too much off of it.
Almost won yesterday.
Well, his partner Fred Couples had a good year, and Dustin Johnson certainly did as well. Could have been even better as he played in the final group on Sunday of 2 majors in 2010. Of course, the 54-hole leader at the U.S. Open that we did at Pebble Beach. And then the bunker incident at Whistling Straits in the PGA Championship. But I thought he handled all of it very well, Gary, and ended up getting a win at the BMW late in the season.
Very impressive to be able to come back from the self-inflicted adversity that he suffered earlier in the season. And with the talent that this young man has, boy, his future looks very bright.
23 feet.
He started working with Butch Harmon back in April of 2010, and you know, really trying to refine this raw talent that he has, learning how to play some wedge shots a little better, trying to control the speed that comes so easily.
Always looking for the next great young player. His 4 PGA Tour wins, already the most by anyone currently under the age of 30.
Are you still trying to roll over?
But it's his partner, Fred Couples, who had the best distance, just over 8 feet. Still with a couple of teams left here in the mid-iron, Wayne Gretzky, Ricky Barnes, and a team from Oklahoma State. Happy New Year from the beautiful Breakers as our aerial coverage of this ADT Golf Skills Challenge provided by Goodyear. Fuel Max tires help you get there on less gas. Couples and Johnson won the opening skill, trying to make it back-to-back here in the mid-iron. Let's go down to Dottie.
With your partner being outside of you and the first team obviously outside of you, you're first, second, and third. Any thoughts of piling on?
Well, I was just telling this guy right here that I don't think AP's going to win because not anything on Ricky, but Scott Verplank, because this is right up his alley.
I think he's your biggest threat?
Yeah. Yeah, or Wayne, believe it or not. Wayne's going to cut a little 5-wood in there. 6 foot. I'm sorry, Wayne, Janet, and the kids, but not being a smart aleck. But I said it. Right,
Nice.
right.
All right. Well, let's see what happens.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, I got feelings.
And next up will be Wayne.
I think that
and he's going with a 5-iron.
I should be able to hit my 8-iron from where I hit 8-iron because that's where you guys are hitting 8-irons.
Okay. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just think of the story. You can do better
Don't
than
think
I
he's
did.
going to get away with that logic.
Well, Fred's so smooth, he can get away with criticizing the great one.
I'm just glad you don't have to tee this one up.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Cool bells.
Well, right.
A little left with that same shot.
Gary, we see so many hockey players through the years, though, excel at this game.
Well, they're used to hitting an object that's on the ground, that hockey puck, so the motion is very similar as they move the hockey stick or the golf club through the hitting area.
2 for 2. All right, partner. Aim a little further left.
You'll be a great coach one day.
Top left shelf right here. Release it.
All right, can Wayne finally get on the mark here in his final swing?
There you go.
Now I'm left.
Well, I think that was an overcorrection. Oh!
Oh, man. Off the grandstand. Well, that's one way to go out. So his partner Ricky Barnes here, who had a pretty good average in that 150 to 175 range in 2010.
Well, did indeed averaged just about 25 feet, which was 11th on the PGA Tour. He also going with a 7-iron.
That is don't plug.
Oh, well, gets over the bunker, so not a bad shot.
Couple courtesy claps.
Yeah.
Well, Ricky Gary's still looking for his first win on the PGA Tour. He's made just 75 career starts in his 29 years of age.
Still rolling.
But a much better year in 2010. 6 top 10 finishes, finished 64th on the money list, and really kind of started to gain some consistency that he and his instructor, Dean Reinmuth, were talking about at the beginning of the year.
And he's also another one of those guys. It's fun to watch play golf. Lots of personality.
Trickle.
And if he gets his game together on a consistent level, I mean, the sky's the limit for Ricky Barnes. U.S. Amateur champion already.
Not inside the other one, though, huh?
Back in 2002 at Oakland Hills Country Club. Pretty difficult golf course that he handled that week.
So his second shot slightly better than his first.
And in that amateur, he beat a guy by the name of Hunter Mahan in the final, 2-1.
We know where Hunter has taken his game of late. See how he kind of holds that club through with not much release of the club, and that's what allows him to hit it very straight. Holds that club face on line for a long time.
But still, Fred Couples, 8 feet 1 inch, is going to hold up here with just one final team left. 11-11 for Barnes and Gretzky.
Good distance.
So the all-Cowboy team of Scott Verplank and Ricky Fowler, the last pair here to try to knock off Couples and Johnson, or they will win the first 2 skills.
Scott Verplank on the tee, going with a 6-iron.
Scott Verplank will play a 6-iron, not as long, obviously, as some of the other guys. Normally, this is a very strong part of Scott's game. You heard Fred Couples mention that he thought that Scott could be his biggest threat. Loves to work the ball left to right, which should fit the whole location. But
All right, I need some help from Mark and Nick.
Go ask them, please.
I know, I'm going to have to go with you.
Looking for some emergency instruction from
well,
his veteran counterparts.
Yes, it's been an interesting year for Scott, though. Battled a little bit of a left wrist issue through the middle of the season.
Oh, that sounded like mine. That sounded just like mine, Scotty.
This is a setup.
That
I know, mine went
is
further.
really uncharacteristic of Scott Verplank.
I'm going to go with you guys. I'm going with you guys on the tee.
It's not that easy now.
No, it's very difficult, actually.
That uphill lie is getting us.
Yeah, all
Hit
right.
the ball
Sitting
first.
on the bench.
Ball first, little ball first.
I need to go back
He's
to the
getting a
bench.
lot of help and advice now.
Yeah, he didn't make another start for the rest of the year, Gary, after that wrist injury forced him to withdraw from the Deutsche Bank.
You hit the green. Well, all right. At least I hit the green. Got it on there.
And here's a guy that's gone through a myriad of injuries throughout his career and overcome most of them.
And let's take another look at his lower body action. Good turn away from the ball. You can see the left knee moving in toward the ball. That's allowing the weight to be shifted back to the right side. And as he comes forward, trying to clear the left hips and get over to that left side, managed to do it very well that time, but the first two, not his best.
So Ricky Fowler next to play.
No. What do you like, Scotty?
I think you should hit a normal 7-iron if you think you can hit it off that fluffy lie.
Yeah. I'll just choke some fluffy lie.
What?
Well, Ricky not going with the advice of his partner. Blank telling him just a good 7-iron, but Ricky's taking a 6-iron. You can see choking well down on the club, and I'm not so sure about this club selection. I mean, he's going to really have to manipulate this shot quite a bit to get at the right distance with this club.
Just 2 more swings to try to get inside of Couples 8'1".
Go deep.
That's 10 feet past the ball.
Take a little more off.
Oh, okay. All right, come on, Rick.
Have you watched him play this year? He knows what he's doing.
Well, Freddie has a point there. Ricky does know what he's doing.
Yeah, PGA Tour Rookie of the Year, 22nd on the money list, 3rd most money by a rookie in Tour history.
That's with Wayne's ball.
All right, here, hit a 7-iron. Okay?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's not. You can't overthink this.
Well, if I go ahead and hit 7 off this uphill line.
Yeah, but you're like,
Hey,
that's over the green.
Let's reverse it.
Huh? We're talking, we're a team.
Well, the young guy's stubborn here.
Well,
Rules?
I might be listening to a grizzled veteran like Scott Verplank.
All right, so one last swing here. And if it doesn't get inside Couples 8'1", Couples and Johnson win the first 2 skills.
Yeah, you got to be thinking that's not a good thing.
He never seemed comfortable, did he? And Couples and Johnson win the Corbell mid-iron skill, 2 in a row. And how impressive was Couples in this competition? All 3 of his swings were inside anybody else's best. Gretzky and Barnes settled for second, and a disappointing showing for O'Meara and Price in the mid-iron. Let's go back down to Dottie with the winners.
Setting all kinds of records here. You guys won the first 2 skills. No one has ever been 1, 2, and 3 in this particular format. What was the shot? Talk us through it.
Well, it was my caddy says, it's a driving range 7-iron, so there's not a whole lot to think about, but I did make good swings and hit good shots.
24 shots, you had the best 3. Now coming up, bunker shot. Weakness, or you think you can take 3 in a row?
No, I think we'll be all right. We both got good bunker games, especially me. I love them sand traps.
Sand traps, very nice. All right, good luck.
That was the best line of the day. That was the best line of the day.
Can't argue with Fred on that one, as Johnson was joking around about his mishaps in the bunker at Whistling Straits. Another $25,000 to Johnson and Couples. Again, the money determines the overall seedings in the reverse scramble, which will decide it all. And we welcome you back to the Breakers in the 19th ADT Golf Skills Challenge. Time now for the 3rd skill, the Breakers Greenside bunker shot.
Skills.
And a very straightforward bunker shot, just over 46 feet. Can land the ball on a downslope and let it run right to the hole.
Fred Couples, who has a history of good bunker play. Why is he so effective out of the bunkers?
Well, he has what I call soft hands to start with, Dan, and the other is very gradual acceleration through the sand and able to control the speed at which the club goes through the sand, so he's able to control the distance very well.
Can you tee it up any higher, Fred?
Well, of course, the players are allowed to place the ball in the sand any way they want.
Whoops. I guess you can move the tee markers as well. Fred is just destroying the course.
I'm gonna spin. I'm gonna fly the hole.
Spinner.
So by trying to hit a spinner, you could see there a little more acceleration that time than we had with the first one, and that creates the spin. Let's take a look again at the contact. You can see the club sliding right under the ball as we zoom in using our NBC technology. And here's the amazing thing that I always love watching is how the club head actually races out in front and the ball goes straight up and actually behind the club head as the club follows through.
It's a beautiful motion and an effective motion, which has made Fred on top of the sand save percentage Champions Tour statistics.
That's what I told him. This is the third time we're here.
Last year.
And there is that number, better than 65% of the time.
And a function of also that he has putted extremely well on the Champions Tour in 2010. So 3 very consistent bunker shots there by Couples.
Just like the 3 very consistent shots he turned in on the mid-iron. So the best attempt for Fred, just over 1.5 feet as Dustin Johnson steps in.
It is a bunker, Dustin.
I love bunkers.
And Gary, you got to appreciate how he has a sense of humor about it all.
Well, he does indeed. It was a huge mistake that he made, but he has certainly gotten past it.
Look at him round the club. You're
Hey.
a beauty.
I don't get a penalty here.
A good year for Dustin Johnson, but a couple of major miscues prevented it from being even better.
It's been a great year. I've had a lot of good things happen this year. There's a few unfortunate situations. When the officials came over to me at the PGA, I had no idea what was going on. They were like, "You grounded your club in the bunker." I had no idea I was in a bunker. I had no idea that I even grounded my club. So we went inside and we looked at the tape, and they deemed that I'd grounded my club in a bunker, so I had a penalty.
And that just 2 months after a final round meltdown at the U.S. Open.
I had a 3-shot lead going into Sunday of a major. It's a tough spot to be in, especially for the first time.
This could be almost the championship going the wrong direction, starting right here.
That is a triple bogey 7.
Had 3 great rounds and just one, poor round. And on Sunday at a major, especially the U.S. Open, you just a little bit off or get things going a little bit the wrong way, it just spirals.
PGA Tour victory number 4 for the talented 26-year-old.
Winning the BMW Championship at the end of this year, it meant a lot, especially, to come back after all the things that I'd been through this year to, actually get the victory.
Very not easy to be remembered for that, and that will follow him around for the rest of his career. What will prevent it from being a real albatross will be continuing to win.
And I think he's got a very good shot at doing that. We see that he has unlimited potential. It's just a matter, we have to remember, he's just finished his, 3rd year on the tour. He's got a lot of experience yet to be gained.
But his sand game, not exactly great. 168 in proximity to the hole from the sand he ranked.
Well, the swing is too wide. There's not enough wrist break going back, and consequently, to me, the club doesn't enter the sand very consistently.
Ricky Fowler next to play here in the Breakers Greenside bunker shot competition, trying to better the 1 7 inches. Turned in by Fred Couples and Dustin Johnson.
I don't think you were.
And so Ricky with a 58-degree wedge.
Well, virtually every player here, Dan, using the most lofted wedge they have in their bag. And Ricky trying to let it release right to the hole. That's very impressive.
Very near a hole out for Fowler. Just 3 inches.
That's what we brought you for, Ricky. 3 inches? 2?
And another look. He lands it right at the top of that bowl and then just lets it release right down the slope. Almost looked like a putt trying to go in the hole.
Look at this.
Look at that, look at that.
That is definitely the idea here.
And we'll take another look at the technique. You'll notice that his knees are very flexed. They started that way at address, and they will remain that way throughout the entire motion. And what that does is that allows the club to get under the ball. So if you struggle with bunker shots, you folks out there at watching, make sure you get flexed as you get into that bunker, get your feet down in the sand, and maintain that flex in your knees all the way through the shot.
Well, this guy's been destined for stardom a long, long time. 2 years at Oklahoma State, first team All-American both years. In fact, won the Ben Hogan Award as the Collegiate Player of the Year, the first freshman to earn that honor. He certainly didn't disappoint in his first year on the PGA Tour.
Bunker practice paying off.
And obviously, Ricky has this shot dialed in pretty well.
Ooh. Boy, scared the hole in all 3 attempts. But the first swing was the best, just 3 inches.
Just make it.
So it is pretty much going to take a hole out to improve on that.
Well, the last 2, I was just trying to go right at it. After it was like that. That was probably one of my worst stats halfway through the year.
Ricky's partner, Scott Verplank, is next. Before he takes a crack, we go down to Dottie.
Ricky, halfway through the year, you just said your bunker stats were the worst of all of them. What happened?
Well, basically, I think one of the biggest things, I didn't have as much confidence as I should have had out of bunkers. You know, I didn't feel like I was able to get it up and down more than half the amount of time. So I spent some time working on it, tempo, setup, and hit 3 good bunker shots there, so it's paying off.
You certainly did. Well, we'll see what your partner can do.
I think you might make one.
Bold statement.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see about Scott Verplank, who is a 3-time first-team All-American in his own right while at Oklahoma State, just a few years before Ricky.
Just a few. And this is a good shot.
Is it ever?
Thanks.
Take a look at the sand action here of Verplank.
Well, the interesting thing to me is the ball is back in his stance. Most guys would play the ball farther forward, so that's going to mean as we zoom in using our NBC and technology that Scott Verplank is going to hit a little closer to the ball than some other players. So that would mean that the ball should come out a little bit lower because the ball's back in his stance, and also should have a little bit more spin on it. To me, a little bit riskier shot to be played that way with the ball that far back. Average player at home, play that ball forward, easier to get the club underneath the ball.
Just inside 2 feet on the first attempt. Again, Fowler's 3 inches is the best.
No spin.
Oh, right in the jar.
First one.
Way to go, Ricky. That was awesome.
I think you got this one.
Just hold it.
One last attempt here for Verplank.
Duncan.
Oh,
God. That one took a little look as it went by.
try.
Let's see just exactly how close this one came.
Well, lands right in front of the hole and just hops past it.
Well, we were saying a hole out is about what it's going to take to win this. Verplank gave it a try, but it's Fowler and Verplank who currently lead the way with 3 inches. And 2 teams left to try to get inside of it. Mark O'Mara and Nick Price, and the great one, Wayne Gretzky, and his partner, Ricky Barnes. Well, last year in the Breakers Greenside bunker shot, Boo Weekley took top honors with, well, you can't improve on this performance.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that would eventually propel him and his partner, Brad Snedeker, to an eventual victory in the first ever reverse scramble at the ADT Golf Skills Challenge. Here are the current standings in this year's Greenside bunker skill. Ricky Fowler and Scott Verplank. 3 inches is the distance to beat as Mark O'Mara steps in.
Good shot.
And plays a reasonably good
Better
shot.
than my
but,
iron shot, that's for sure.
Yes, it was, Mark.
Yeah, these guys have been disappointingly last in the first two skills.
Very surprising with that mid-iron shot, as we talked about. Needs to get that ball over to the right side of the hole so it'll roll toward the hole, not away from it.
To the right, Marcus.
Yeah, you can hear him say exactly that.
Okay. You pick that one up. That's outside.
Got some 3 U.S. amateur champions in this field. We mentioned Ricky Barnes, who won it in 2002. Scott Verplank won it in 1984. And this guy here won it in 1979 at Canterbury over another familiar name on the PGA Tour for many years, John Cook.
Who was the defending champion that year, trying to win back-to-back U.S. amateurs. Good shot there by O'Meara, but not good enough.
Best attempt, still well outside of the 3 inches turned in by Fowler. That's good.
Oh, gosh.
And here's Nick Price, who had high finishes in a number of categories on the Champions Tour, including 6th in sand save percentage. And before Nick attempts his first one here, we go back down to Dottie.
Wayne, you remarked earlier that you don't think this is quite a fair playing field, but what in your mind would make it fair?
Well, we need to go tonight to the ice rink, and Ricky and I will play the other 6 guys. So we need to even things out and get back on the ice.
I'm taking this as not double rails. This is the real skates.
This is the real thing, and trust me, they're embarrassing me. I'll go out there and embarrass them.
What would those skills be?
Anything they want and everything they want. So I got to even the playing field.
All right, lay it down. Thanks.
I'd say that it would even it out just a bit.
More than even it out. All right, Nick Price, very different technique than we see from Couples. As he has that real quick acceleration through the sand. Matches up with his swing just perfect.
Warming it up. That was beautiful.
You like that one?
There's a little shadow cast over the hole there.
You know?
This is where my iron shot finished, so I should.
Right. You and I both.
Okay, so 1 foot 4 inches.
I like that. Try to toss it right in there.
Fowler's 3 inches is going to be tough.
Well, he needs to get the ball over to the right of the hole.
Just
Remember how
diet to the left.
Exactly. Remember how Fowler's shot kind of ran down the slope, almost looked like a putt going toward the hole. Price needs to get the ball over to the right so it'll filter toward the hole. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Right idea, but it'll be good enough for second. But Fowler's 3 inches here is going to hold up again with one final team.
We're not so ugly this time. We hit the green. Somebody think that you're nervous. Nice job.
For Nick there, his best effort. So
9 inches for Nick Price.
That will be the measurements account for team number 2, Nick Price and Mark O'Meara. Next up will be Ricky Barnes.
So the final team to try to best Fowler and Verplank, Ricky Barnes and Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, okay, thank you. All right, Holly. I got to tee it up for my partner. He's got this square.
All right, you see Gretzky set up very square to the ball and with a very square club face. That is not what you see from the pros. They're more open, club face and stance.
What's the difference? Pump it up.
We're not going to have to measure that. Yeah, I know. Open that club face up, partner. Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, lay that face wide open.
Yeah, you can hear Barnes come in and just tell him exactly what you were alluding to.
Okay.
Well,
go sit down. I'm here for support.
that'll be enough out of you, Ricky. But Barnes saw his partner, Wayne Gretzky, at the Golf Digest U.S. Open Challenge last year at Pebble Beach. Well, figure out things very nicely from the greenside bunker of one of the most famous holes in the world, the scenic par 3-7. Barnes serving as Gretzky's caddy in the Break 100 competition. And so it can happen a whole lot here from the Great One.
What else you got?
Keep your head down and. All right, Wayne. Come back. All right. I got 3 out.
Not exactly. I think Wayne's got selective memory. He left that second one in the bunker.
I was playing. I don't know. I got it out.
So Barnes trying to pick up his partner.
Come on, Rico. Well, he's still got 3 balls there. He might hold. Yeah. Knock it in.
All right, so Barnes open stance, open club face. That one had a nice sound to it. Oh, wow. Really got a lot of spin on that.
Checked up on him, had it run out a little bit. It might have had a chance. Just 2 swings left to try to improve on Fowler's 3 inches.
Oh, too good.
Can run. That, not his best effort. Got well behind the ball.
I think my last one was closer. Going out on the limb.
Final swing for Barnes.
And I think that one's got too much spin as well.
All right. See, when you hit the ball,
Comes up way short, so not much drama after Ricky Fowler delivered it within 3 inches. He and Scott Verplank celebrate their first winning skill in the Breakers Greenside bunker competition. O'Mara and Nick Price improved nicely after finishing last in the first 2 skills. Let's go back down to Dottie with a pair of winning Cowboys.
All right, Team Oklahoma State officially on the board with a win in the bunker contest. Ricky, the work paid off. Was there anything specific you can tell us about what you changed other than your confidence?
It was just basically getting the confidence back and then back to fundamentals, setup, and a little bit of better tempo. But other than that, hit a good bunker shot there, and it's nice to get the team on the board and see what happens there.
Scott, well experienced in this event, chip shot coming up. Of the 2, which is a better chipper?
Well, of course I'm going to say I am, but you know I brought him for the reason we just showed there out of the bunker. So I'm hoping he'll chip this next one in.
All right, well done.
I'll ride him all the way.
We'll find out.
So Verplank and Fowler, the winners in the 3rd of 4 skills, and as Ricky Fowler takes care of one of his fans, Verplank and Fowler collect another $25,000. That ups their total to $53,000. Couples and Johnson still lead in the overall money list at $63,000, and we've got the 4th and final skill of day 1 coming up. A chip shot in a moment. Back in Palm Beach County at the 19th ADT Golf Skills Challenge. Let's bring you up to date on what has happened through the first 3 events of a total of 4 here on the opening day. And as always, we began with the ADT Long Drive Contest, and it was no surprise, Gary, that the big favorites, Fred Couples and Dustin Johnson, came through with the winning drive, and it was no surprise who provided it.
No, the man who averages over 308 yards per drive on the PGA Tour absolutely rips one up the left side of the grid.
This blast that landed in the bunker for Dustin Johnson came after he was off the grid, but Couples and Johnson took the first skill with that drive of 312 yards by Dustin. Then it was on to the Corbell mid-iron, a distance of 161, and there was no doubt who the star was here.
Fred Couples played 3 beautiful 7-iron shots and later told us that it was a perfect driving range 7-iron. Didn't have to do anything to it, just get up to it and hit it.
So Couples and Johnson took the first 2 skills that led us to the Breakers Greenside bunker competition, where Ricky Fowler bested everyone.
Utilizing the slope in the green, throws it out to the right and lets it dribble down toward the hole just like a putt.
Good enough for a Fowler Verplank win in the 3rd of 4 skills on this opening day. So the overall money totals look like this. Couples and Johnson, with their 2 wins, lead the way with $63,000 total.
Skills.
Which leads us to the American Century chip shot competition from just under 58 feet.
And not an overly difficult shot, a little bit uphill onto the green to start with and then back downhill toward the hole.
We'll see what Fowler has in store here after winning the bunker shot
How
competition.
about this? Oh, pretty good way to start.
I think you've been working on that side too.
Pretty good short game here by Verplank's partner.
It's further to the right. Just a little higher.
3 feet 3 inches, almost hold it.
Take another look at the contact here and notice how the shaft and the hands lead the club head into the ball, and that is so important on hitting these shots crisply. So Good lesson for the folks at home. Make sure that left arm and shaft leave the club head as it makes contact. And boy, that one had a chance.
That's right, another near hole out for Fowler. 3 feet 3 inches on his first attempt.
Go.
I think that'll get over the little rise and ride the slope down to the hole, so comes up well short.
Seems to have the whole package, Gary. Not only is he flamboyant, fun to watch, but got a good all-around game, certainly enough distance, and the short game's pretty solid as well.
It is, as we've witnessed here in the last few shots. But the other thing that he's got, Dan, the insides. He's got what it takes, and he proved that to us in the Ryder Cup in 2010.
Hey, Mikey, how you doing?
I know, with him.
How's everything?
So tight.
So Verplank to try to improve on Ricky's 3 feet 3.
Now, Ricky Fowler played the shot with a 53-degree wedge. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Verplank use a much less lofted club. Older players, you know, kind of learned how to play the game that way, getting the ball on the ground as quickly as possible and then letting the ball roll majority of the way.
Nice. So you did?
When you drove right in.
Well, you could hear him say he'd like to hit a putter, but they won't let him. Very tight lie here with the grass growing from the green toward Scott, so making good contact, not that easy to do.
This is good right here.
Well, this is good. This is going to continue to just ease right on down toward the hole.
Short.
That's very close to Ricky's distance. In fact, he might have edged him out.
I like that 9.
Yeah.
That was a 9-iron for Scott, and the distance was 2
And indeed he did.
11 inches.
So 2 feet 11 now for Verplank and Fowler. Mentioned Fowler debuting on the Ryder Cup team last year. This guy's been a part of 2 Ryder Cup teams, Gary, 2 President's Cup teams, and very popular pick through the years by various captains.
Phenomenal record, 10-3-0 in those competitions. Easily the best by an American player over the last decade.
Third and final attempt for the team of Ricky Fowler and Scott Verplank in this American Century chip shot skill.
Yeah, we got it.
I like that.
That's got a chance.
Trying to improve on his own 2 feet 11 inch attempt, and that's another solid one by Verplank. But in the end, it'll stay at 2 feet 11 inches.
I don't think we're going to win 2 feet 9 inches.
Yeah, I'm feeling it for you, baby.
We'll see if it holds up with still 3 teams with a chance to beat it.
And that last attempt, 3 feet and 3 inches. So the best distance for the team of Fowler and Verplank will be Scott's 2 foot and 11 inch effort.
Fowler and Verplank trying to win 2 in a row, and Wayne Gretzky and Ricky Barnes trying to win their first
Get on the
skill.
ground and I'll feed.
I'm just going to knock it in and we can go home.
Wayne is next. He's
I like that.
a 9-iron.
I'll be a bench player.
Well, again, we see Wayne with a very square stance and setup. And if you watch the pros, they're going to be a little bit more open with the stance, open with the shoulders. Just allows them to have more room to swing the club through easier.
I wonder if he feels more comfortable this way from his hockey days.
Well, that could be.
I don't think he has to measure that one. Yeah.
The other thing you notice, look how far he's standing away from the ball. Scott Verplank was much more right up on top of the ball, choking down on the club a little bit.
Half the speed, huh?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Such an amazing career, holding or sharing 61 NHL records. Most points, most goals, most assists. He was such a natural, and such a natural from an early age.
There you go.
Lobby too.
A much better effort there,
Come on, baby. Pretty. Hit him on the go with that. Come on, give him another ball.
but still not his best. And what's this?
That'll make him feel a little bit more at ease.
That's all right.
Couples presenting him with a new implement.
Try it out.
I need a ball, though.
Throw those back.
Oh, and there he is from the left side.
Uh-huh.
Four-time Stanley Cup champion.
Really on.
We'll try his luck with this stick.
I see one.
Attempt
All right.
using his hockey stick.
Of course, the surface here is a little slower.
That and I would imagine he probably hasn't practiced this too often.
It looked pretty good, though.
Yeah, it did. Let's put it this way. That motion was a lot better than we saw with the club.
You know, maybe he had to go with this for the rest of the competition. Come on, now that he's got the speed down.
Zamboni came on.
Wayne Gretzky grew up in Brantford, Ontario, where, of course, he played all that hockey, but he also caddied and hunted for balls at a nearby municipal golf course. Beautiful day here in South Florida for the ADT Golf Skills Challenge. Our aerial coverage of this ADT Golf Skills Challenge provided by Goodyear. Fuel Max tires help you get there on less gas. Now Ricky Barnes, Gretzky's partner, set to continue this American Century chip shot skill.
Ricky using a pitching wedge, and boy, does this look good as it eases down toward the hole.
Oh, come on.
There is your new leader.
Pitching wedge. Moving up.
Have a look at Barnes's touch.
Well, you can see the dark color of the grass. That's the uphill and into the grain, and then the grass changes to downhill and down grain, and Ricky judges the speed absolutely perfectly. Let's take a look at the technique he uses. Notice how he sets up with his left arm and the shaft in front of the ball. And as he takes the club away, you'll see how he maintains that same relationship. And as he reaches the end of his backswing, well, there's that straight line again. You come back to the ball, you can see once again the left arm and the shaft in a line ahead of the club face. That's what ensures the good, crisp contact and allows you to judge the distance the way you need to.
So he's got great technique, great fundamentals in the short game. A little more athletic and wild in his full swing, no doubt.
Exactly. No doubt about it.
Oh. Comes up well short on that attempt.
Same guy.
That one obviously mishit just a little bit.
So one last swing here for Ricky Barnes.
Oh, God.
That one's got to get up if it's going to reach the down slope.
But it only takes one.
All right, Rico.
And a great example of that is first and best attempt, 5 inches. As they take the lead, coming up, Couples and Johnson try to win for the third time. And then we've got Marco Mera and Nick Price as we continue from Florida. The ADT Golf Skills Challenge is brought to you by ADT Security Services, always there. By Corbel California Champagnes, celebrating golf for more than 129 years. By the Breakers Palm Beach, once you stay, you'll understand. And by U.S. Bank, all of us serving you, U.S. Bank. Ready now for the team of Fred Couples and Dustin Johnson. Again, they won the first 2 skills. And an interesting club selection here for Dustin Johnson.
Well, he's taken a 60-degree wedge, and this is a very risky shot. Certainly makes the shot more complicated than it needs to be.
Well, he does have a bit of a history of short game woes, especially last year's U.S. Open.
Well, this was at the second hole. He tried a shot with a wide-open club face and a 60-degree wedge and went right underneath it, and it would lead to a triple bogey 7. Not a particularly good result there either. And let's take a look again here, Dan, with this wide open club face and this 60-degree wedge. We'll use our NBC technology to zoom in on it. And what this does is it just makes the shot that much more risky in my mind. It makes it harder to play. He'll cock his wrists early. So the technique is fine. He'll lead back into the ball with the left hand and the left arm ahead of the club face, But with the face this wide open and this much loft on the club, you really have to be so precise with the amount of speed that you hit the ball with to get it to go the distance you need it to go. And we see Dustin Johnson has now chosen a 54-degree wedge, something with a little less loft.
You know, the moral of the story here, you hear it from so many of you professionals, is if you can get the ball on the ground and there's no trouble in front of you, get it on the ground.
Well,
right?
it's just an easier way to play. Your margin of error is so much greater. You can mishit the shot a little bit and have it work out.
That worked out a bit better as you look at the leader, Ricky Barnes, watching very closely on Dustin Johnson's final attempt.
So a much simpler shot there. Just get the ball in the air for a little bit of time, get it on the ground, and let it run like a putt.
You can't hit the 6. I tried.
So the best for Dustin, 2 feet 10 inches. And before his partner, Fred Couples, attempts 1 of 3, we head back down to Dottie.
Ricky, wonderful chip shot, first of all. Any pressure knowing that you've got the only amateur in the field as a partner?
Oh, no, we're having the most fun. You know, we're underdogs, but like we said, I always root for the underdog. And all it takes is 1 good shot. So if we get 6 tries at every time, 1 good shot, we know we have a chance.
And your first one was your best.
That's right.
All right, thanks.
Oh, no, that's perfect.
So up next is Fred Couples. We'll see what kind of technique he uses here. He's gone to the 9-iron, more of a bump and run variety. But look how low that came down.
Hands well ahead of the club face to actually even take a little of the loft off. Good idea, just not quite hit firmly enough.
Not bad. Are you upset about that one? I tell you what,
dude, you really
happy with that. You can make that from there.
He doesn't have to chip much. That's
right.
Yeah.
How about all-time scoring?
I'm not upset yet.
That's it right here.
That one should be even better as it catches the down slope and starts easing toward the hole.
There you go, Freddie.
Lovely.
And it's going to be close to Barnes.
His season.
No, he was 9 inches.
9 inches, folks.
Yes, sir.
1 inch out on Ricky.
Are you
You're one inside.
You want to measure it?
kidding me?
Oh,
6 inches. Oh, he's 6.
So Barnes and Gretzky still with the lead. One final attempt for Fred.
That one is a little too high and a little too firm. Good shot, but not good enough.
So Couples and Johnson move into the 2nd spot. And remember, this is a continued quest to get as much money as you can, which improves your seeding in the upcoming reverse scramble tomorrow.
Yeah. You got
I had a little string.
Yeah. Give me something with red. What do we got? Red. You want to challenge? Let's try it.
Mark O'Meara is next to play, and what is this, a challenge by Fred Couples? This isn't the NFL.
No, I think he's questioning the spot of his ball versus Ricky's.
Well, we don't have a red one.
I'll try it with the 7 first.
There's no video replay in golf.
Oh, yeah, there is.
That's me.
Smart man right there.
Yeah, Freddie obviously referring to his partner Dustin Johnson's problems at Whistling Straits, but here's Mark O'Meara now, last team here to play, he and Nick Price.
Well, the crafty old veteran O'Meara using a 7-iron, so the least amount of loft we've seen any player use yet.
Great putting touch by Mark through the years, and it kind of translates into his chipping as well. Just such a soft touch.
Just need to knock it in the hole.
That was a 7-iron to 4 feet and 9 inches.
These guys are good.
Seems like there's barely any effort.
Right, and basically what it is a putting stroke used with a club that has more loft than a putter. That's what gets the ball up in the air for that very short distance, and then it continues to roll like a putt.
A little equipment change here for Mark.
Well, I think what he's feeling like, he's gone to an 8-iron now, so just a little bit more loft, so the ball should come over that downslope with just a little less speed to it.
Beauty.
Slow down.
Slow down.
Oh, that is looking good.
How
Is
about
it
it?
ever looking good? And that takes Barnes off the board for the top spot. And that wins the event.
Bro, you don't have to worry.
I don't even gonna play.
Take the day off.
I ain't gonna play.
Oh, you want to go. You want to go.
We do?
Why do you want to go?
No, it's just a team.
Just perfect technique here, Gary.
Yeah, it is exactly. I mean, the ball well back in his stance. He just allows the club head to kind of drop on the back of the ball.
Slow down.
And again, by using just a little more loft than he did in the first two, it comes over that downslope with just a little less speed.
Nick Price says, thank you very much, partner.
Change it up to one less.
This is a 9-iron. I probably should use an 8.
Well, even though a whole lot has already won it, Nick Price is going to step in with a 9-iron and have a little fun himself.
Well, and perhaps a little practice for the reverse scramble yet to come.
Oh, sure, just rub it in.
Do it.
All right.
So a win for the old guys in this fourth and final skill of the first day.
It's amazing how Price even has that same
gotcha, but it
quick
might have worked.
tempo with such a short shot.
Once it's in there, it never really leaves, does it? Lots of different ways to play this game, lots of different tempos. We saw everything from
Don't worry.
Just a little row.
7, 8, and 9 irons to Dustin Johnson's 60-degree wedge here. In the end, it's Mark O'Meara who knocks it in for the win.
Good job, partner. Well done.
Thank you.
And Gary, very good comeback for the Champions Tour players after they finished dead last and fourth in the first two skills.
Showing some real talent in the short game shots around the green.
So O'Meara and Price win it with Marks holdout. Gretzky and Barnes finished second, and Couples and Johnson in third, just an inch outside of Ricky Barnes' attempt. Let's send it back down to Dottie.
All right, Nick Price, Mark O'Meara, great way to end day one. Club change for you. Talk us through it and what the difference it made. Obviously, it went in, but there's a difference in that shot.
There was, Dottie. The first one, first two I hit was with 7-iron. So with the grain a little in and then down, it was a little too much speed on it. It was going by the hole a little bit, so I chose an 8-iron the second one, or the third one. Unfortunately, it went in the hole, so it was a good call on switching up the clubs.
So just a free 3-shot practice session for you.
Perfect. I mean, we didn't exactly do too well with the iron shot there, although we did okay with the drive. A lot better than I thought we were going to do with the drive, but we got some skills left, so I think we're out of the bottom place, so I think we're on the mend.
We're moving in the right direction.
Well, on the board, and good luck tomorrow. Thanks both of you.
Thanks, Dottie. Thanks.
They are indeed out of the bottom spot. $25,000 ups the Price O'Meara total to $60,000, currently in the third position. Couples and Johnson continue to lead after winning the first two skills. And we've got two more skills tomorrow, the trouble shot of the short iron, which will set up the seedings for the semifinals and the final of the reverse scramble, which will decide it all. So we've got the second and final day coverage for you here on NBC tomorrow at 4 Eastern time. Gary, some final thoughts on what you saw on this first day of competition?
Enjoyed watching some of the young talent out there, Dan, and also some of the older talent as well. I thought they acquitted themselves very nicely.
And the hockey player didn't do too badly either. So for Gary Koch and Dottie Pepper, I'm Dan Hicks saying so long for now from the Breakers. Happy New Year, everyone. We'll see you again tomorrow.